Hey guys, and welcome to my April wrap-up video. Before I get started with this video, there are two things I'd like to say. One, I'm sorry if you can't hear me very well. It's raining quite heavily outside, but this is the only time I can film, so I hope it's not too bad. Secondly, this is Prince Emma. You smiled! While Chammy was making a little intro sort of comeback video for this year, she was complaining that she didn't have any videos where Gemma smiled, or many of me smiling, so I'm trying to be more smiley. I'm actually a little bit sick at the moment, but I'm really enjoying making videos at the moment as well, so yeah. So today is my wrap-up video. In case you don't know, wrap-up videos are sort of like mini reviews of books that we read during the month. We'll be doing this last month of every month, and this month I read 6 books. 2 of them I don't have actual copies of because I borrowed them from the library, so I'd like to talk about those ones first, and that was my dog. So I read The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. That was amazing. Like Gemma said in her video, it's really hard to explain without spoiling much. I definitely rated it 5 out of 5. It was just, I cried so much and I just laughed and everything, and there are no words that describe how amazing it was. The second book I read was The Red Necklace by Gardner. It's about the French Revolution and one of the aristocratic girls and some gypsies, and it's a little confusing at times, but it was still good. I rated that 4 out of 5. It's also part of a series. I'd really like to find the second one if it's out, because I really want to know what happened. Anyway, the next book I read was Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. That's kind of difficult to say. This was actually my brother's school book from a couple of years ago, and I picked it up one day and decided I was going to read it, and read it in one sitting. It's quite thin. But I kept laughing over my brother's little notes in the book. It says there, I think you can see it. This is burn it all. My brother's notes are really descriptive in this book, as you can tell. He sort of got halfway through and gave up though. I definitely rated this one 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it, and I tried to get Chammy to read it. I won't give up. I will make you read it, Chammy. In case you don't know, it's about Guy Montag. He is the main character, and he is a fireman who burns books in a dystopian world. Last, in my haul at the start of this month, I talked about this book, And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I read this one in 2 sittings, once one night before I went out to dinner, and then the next morning I read the rest of it. I just, about halfway through, I knew exactly who the murderer was, but of course when I got to the end it wasn't who I thought it was. In case you don't know, this is the story of 10 different people stuck on an island waiting for a host who isn't turning up, and then one by one they get killed off in this style of nursery rhyme. I really enjoyed it because it even had the nursery rhyme in the front, so I could sort of go back and work out how they were going to die, but I didn't know who was going to die, so it still kept it mysterious. 5 out of 5, without a doubt. This was amazing. Yesterday I actually finished 2 books. The first one was Sparkling Cyanide by Agatha Christie. This is actually a library book. This is about a young woman named Rosemary Barton who dies at a dinner on her birthday. She dies at a restaurant when there are 6 other people around the table, including like her sister, her husband and friends. And then a year later it just talks about the sort of stories between Rosemary and all the other people, and you have to try and work out which one killed her. Again, in the same style as this one, I thought I knew exactly who it was, and then in like the last 10 pages it turned out to be someone completely different. I was blown away. 5 out of 5. And then the second book I read last night was The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. I found this one a little hard to get into, but by the time I'd reached halfway I like could not put it down. I actually sat on my couch and read it in about an hour. I just couldn't look away. The ending was a little weird. Weird probably isn't the right word, just it wasn't what I was expecting. But probably 4 out of 5. And I love Maggie. We all met her last year, so it was really good to read this one because she talked about it when we went and saw her, but I didn't have time to read it until now. Anyway, those were the books that I read this month, and I will see you guys next week with a book. I am going to go make my video for A Secret Circus. If you watch us there, then I will see you then. If not, I will see you next week. Bye!